Sitting here messaging from my phone where I'm like, yeah, by the way. So yeah, I'll be back soon. Hey! Oh no, I'm so sorry, Bumble. I see your message. Yeah, I'm sorry my disconnects are just getting in the way. It's the second or third time tonight that has happened. But I'm so glad you stopped by. I appreciate it. I need to hit my stream run again. Keep it up to date. Go ahead and turn that there. Oh, I had this issue before too, didn't I? I unfortunately have to refresh my whole page just to when I get reconnected again. So, alright, I think I might be back again. Yay, yeah, you see me messaging. Good. I mean, good that I'm actually live again. So, back to our little alien. Aliens! I need to do a little research on those errors and go ahead and make an official, like, or maybe it's a setting in OBS I need to fix. Alright, so at this point I'm going backwards over here. This one is much easier to take care of. As far as the hiding. So we got one, and we got two. We can switch right back. Go ahead and hide those other strings as we go along the way. Alright, so Needy Bird, what one of these nights, let's see, what time is it? Oh, it's only 9:20. Are you still with me? Because I mean, I can do this weird I can do a yarn unboxing. I have some pretty sizable boxes that have yarn in them. And well, I know most of what's in it. You don't. It might be good for me to try and find stuff for my next project. Because like I said, I have a lot. And sometimes it's good to go through it just so I know what I have, and then I can... Well, I have kind of gone through it recently. I have a bunch of the plastic totes up here. And I did sort out some of them. Okay, so I need to go to past this one. So we're still in the black section. And then now I switch to green. And we just do 2 greens. And this is the last colored row on this guy. The last time we'll be using the green on him. Alright, so we've... Alright, so I gotta do black to the end of the row, and then we're on the last green row. Maybe after I finish this square, like the green guy square, I won't necessarily start up the next plain black boring square, but I'll work on the blanket. Because I know what yarn I'm going to use next for the blanket. That's going to be a brown velvety yarn. This is going to be the next one for the blanket. So we'll switch from the Space Invaders to the blanket. And actually, while we switch, I'll probably take a quick break. Was it X Ravage? Thank you for that host. Right. So 4 green stitches left. bunch of random stuff that this is picking up. The acrylic yarn has grabbed a bunch of other colors from God knows where and kind of try to throw it in there. Alright, let's stick that back there. Alright, so hiding the black, bringing the green through. So that's green stitch 1, green stitch 2, and we're switching to black right here. And I just gotta drag the green along all the way down the road with me. I should probably take pictures of what like the wrong side of this looks like. That way if I ever do decide to write it up, I have reference images. I would just be nervous about writing it up since this isn't like my own image design. Like the character of each of these aliens is not something that I created. I created a way to replicate it, but that's not exactly my creation. I don't know. Maybe it is. I took 2 copyright classes, what was it, about 2 years ago now? Mostly to answer questions about that, in crafting and crochet and knit patterns. Alright, so I'm gonna drop the green here, and we're done with the green. We're fully done with the green now. And it's very interesting. It's such a gray area. So me having questions about it wasn't out of, out of the norm since everybody has questions about it. Like if you had a Disney pattern, a Mickey Mouse pattern or something, Disney would come after you and, give you a cease and desist for making patterns with their image on it or their copyrighted images. Alright, so our green has been cut. And now it will also be easier to untangle. Once I get to that point. If I feel like trying to do it. So we're back to the basic black. Basic black. Alright. Let's see. You know what? I never actually added my Ravelry name to my About section. There's a lot you can't do on the phone that you can on the computer as far as Twitch goes. Alright. It says I can manage my channel directly from my phone, but I can't really do much. I can edit my profile, I can go to my dashboard, but there's nothing about like streaming stuff. Like actively streaming. Alright, now I have 10 rows of plain black. Actually, before I get too far, I do want to tie this off, at least make a knot. I can weave in the end later or not, since I have a right side and a wrong side that's very clearly the right side and the wrong side, and I can just kind of let that tail dangle. Cut it off a little shorter, and then we just keep on our merry little hooking way. I bet Needy Bird took off for a smoke or something. And she came back and probably heard that, and then she'd be like, what would I miss? Or she just left and fell asleep because it's super late. It's super late for you, girl. Alright, there we go. Getting stuck a little in some of that twisting. That's something else that, like, when it gets all weird and twisty when you have to do some of those rows. Actually, now I didn't have problems when I was actually making the picture image. I'm trying just to blaze along. It's giving me issues. Alright, there we go. I'm splitting my Karen yarn? Jeez, what is going on? Alright, so we're just gonna keep on going here. What is that? Toxin burn. Thank you for the host. Alright, we're about ready to finish our first row of solid black. So yeah, let's see, after this, crocheted item giveaway. People like amigurumis, they're really cute. But I don't make good, cute amigurumis. I have one next to me down there. It's not really all that cute. I wouldn't mind giving away, but I don't know anybody who would want to get it. Row 2 of black. And next up is orange. Actually, you know what I could do? I could just make a little stuffed pillow of one of these at the 1-to-1 ratio instead of the 4-to-1 ratio. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just make little stuffed, that's sort of amigurumi, but I'll make mini versions of these guys. That will be my giveaway. Done. Decided. Although they'll still be kind of big. They'll be bigger than the coasters. And they'll be about a quarter the size of these cushions. But I'll probably have to use polyfill to stuff them. I'd put like 2017 or something on the back of them. I make 2 patterns that match. Oh my goodness. I'm still trying to picture how big these would actually come out to be, and they don't have to be as big, because I added a lot of black to the top and bottom because I needed it to fit around this cushion. But if I made just the little dude, I'll have to give it a shot. Just I probably will have to write this up as a pattern at some point too. Yeah, the completionist in me says I need to have every slot in the Ravelry project thing filled out. So it means I want to link to a pattern. Well, if I write the pattern, then I can link to it. If I didn't, I can just be like, oops, a thing. Okay, so what row am I on now? That was 1, 2, 3, finishing up the third row of all black. Alright, now starting the fourth row. Alright, so row 4 started here. About a third of the way done already. You know what? This chat's really quiet. Chat's too quiet. I feel like it's about time to do sort of a self-blast in like Twitter or something. Or in all the discords. Suppose I could go to discords first. Alright, let's go ahead and write that message. Oh hey, Dose and Danning, yay! Running WoW dungeons. That's... Do I know you from WoW? Or you just... We happen to play WoW also. And be into fiber arts. Alright, row 5. So that kind of makes me want to actually log into WoW and play. But it's so hard to get going, like, streaming if you're streaming like a super popular game like that. Like, WoW is usually in, like, the top 10 games that are being streamed. So it's like, no one's ever gonna find you. I know. You said I don't know you in real life, but, like, some people could interpret that as, like, well, You know, I've only met this person via internet, even though I've run with them in the guild for however long. Oh, look at this. Twisted, twisted, twisted. And untwisted. Well, I am glad you are still around, even if you're running dungeons. I hope you are getting awesome loots and lots of gold. Or at least making your way towards achievements that you want. Right, Reese is cool, 12. Thank you for the host. Having trouble, oh, there's a knot, or at least a knot like thing forming way back here in the skein. Oh, it's twisted. The skein is twisted. So it's kind of making a knot as you pull it. That's disappointing. Maybe we can untwist it if it comes out. Hopefully it doesn't become a big problem. You know, until I took the black out of the little red package I had it in, little red, I don't know, mesh bag, I had no idea. I thought there was a lot less. Long time ago, I was in EverQuest Guild, and this guy claimed to have known me in elementary school. Oh. Did he actually know you from elementary school? Like, did you ever find out who he really was? The thing is, I've also had people, like, vehemently deny on internet chat things that they didn't know, or that I didn't know them. I mean, not vehemently denying it. But, like, more stuff kept coming up that was just kind of like, you know, if you didn't know me, you wouldn't know that about me, because that thing that you just said is not something I share online. Yeah, I had a friend who started, like, internet stalking me when I went to college because he felt like I was ignoring them, and I'm like, well, I moved 3 hours away and I'm taking classes as a full-time job, so yeah, I'm kind of ignoring you. If you want to come down and visit, I'll make time, but I'm in school, dude. Oh, well, that's a dumb thing. He never told me who he was, and he can't really confirm it. Weird. There's row 6. I'm halfway through row 6. Let me just count again here. So 2, 4, 6. I'm partway through 7. Jeez. I'm just flying along and I'm really not counting. I'm getting a lot of cat hair in this. Okay, now to the point where I pulled out the all twisty bits. What is going on here? Hopefully I can untwist it. This is really kind of random. I'm not even sure this can be untwisted the way this kind of doubled back on itself. Like, I may have to drag the project through it just to get it undone. And that's what we will do. We will drag the project through it. Oh, there's something else that I've had this happen a couple times where it's like part of the yarn somehow got caught in a different part of the yarn, and it's actually still connected. Alright, so this piece belongs there, and this piece belongs there. There. That's part of the issue. Alright, that should have cleared up that weird twisty bit that happened. And we can continue crocheting like normal. I wonder if I ever had a stalker, like back in the AIM days. You know, that's really funny because this was over AIM. I was pretty sure it was a specific friend, and I called him up and sent him a message at the same time, and he always played with, you know, always had his volume on, and I heard it ding, and I'm like, ha, look, I told you, it's you. He's like, no, that's somebody else who's messaging me. I'm like, oh, at the exact same time? He's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, he was really bad about it. I actually, in order to get him to stop, I had to call his mom, who's a cop, by the way, and I told her all about it. And I was like, and by the way, he showed me how to check like an email. It wasn't the MAC address, but there's like a sender where you can verify the email address. You could do that in Hotmail. And he's doing this over AIM and Hotmail. And he showed me how to check, like verify. I'm like, this is like a fingerprint. Like, it matches this and only this, and by the way, it came from your computer. So he's emailing me from your computer and trying to tell me that I'm in danger and somebody's after me and he's the only person who can protect me. So, but yeah, I had to call his mom. And he got all pissy at me. Being like, what'd you have to call my mom for, telling her all these lies? And I'm like, oh, the lies that are the truth? Because it's you? This person who happens to have all the same spelling and grammar errors that you do? Like, some people have, like, you know, signature spelling and grammar errors. This guy totally did. It obviously wasn't you. I didn't know you then. Plus, like, nowadays it's not as easy to tell people's signature spelling and grammar errors because there's autocorrect. You can always blame it on autocorrect. And if you get a new phone or something, your autocorrect changes. And so, like, it wouldn't really, like, you can't, it doesn't have that fingerprint kind of feel anymore to a person's communication style. You know, now there's spell check in every email program, and that didn't exist before, so this was a whole lot easier back then to be like, hey, this is you, quit it. Alright, now my yarn is super tangled. Can't pull it out. I'm probably gonna have to kind of ball it up from the other end. Yeah. I mean, there really wasn't anything else I could do but call his mom and be like, seriously, you need to tell him to stop. This is illegal, this is wrong, and it's technically a felony because he's crossing state lines. So for the love of God, just tell him to stop it. This guy also wishes he could be Batman. I'm like, your family isn't millionaires and both your parents are alive, so just stop it. Yeah. Actually, it was because of this guy that I was like, you know what? I'm never lying again, like even little white lies. Because he would take something that happened and just completely blow it out of proportion and then get like other friends mad at me. Kian Smith, 8. Thank you for the host. And then after a while, I was like, I can play your game by not playing. I'll just, tell the truth, and there's nothing to like stretch or bend or anything there. You can try to, and they'll be like, no, this is what actually happened, sorry. So yeah, because of his idiocy. And I didn't particularly lie a lot, but just, little things to your parents and whatever. And eventually he would slip and say something dumb, like in front of my parents. My parents are like, oh, I thought you were doing XYZ that night. I was like, damn it, you idiot. Gotta hate it when your friends are the ones who get you in trouble. Well, I mean, there are some things that's just like, why did you even tell my parents that I was hanging out with you guys that night or whatever was going on? And it's like, why? He goes, oh, your mom asked. Really? Honestly, I don't think my mom asked. I think he was just trying to like show that he was that close of a friend with me. He actually really was a stalker, like the more I think about it, because he apparently, like me being in college 3 hours away, stopped by and was like parked out in front of our house. Mind you, I wasn't there. And, he was like really upset, and apparently, like, my mom, like, everybody was gone. Like, my mom had gone out grocery shopping or something. And she comes back to find him like parked in front of her house. She's like, are you okay?" And it was winter. It was January. My my AIM username, the first username I ever had was VolleyGalR. I liked volleyball a lot. And I had a bunch of other usernames that I don't remember, but I remember that one. Wow, this is super tangly. I see why we were having so much trouble. I need to actually wind this against. Do I have... I had bobbins. I don't know where they all went, though. Winding this on a bobbin would be really helpful. Mine was Story of My Life Bum and Beach Wolf of Cali. Yeah, VolleyGalR. Oh, hey, dang it. Too bad old Bumble left, because this is the scrubby thing I was talking about. It has cotton on one side, 100% cotton, and the other side is cotton and heart scrubby, red heart scrubby. And this is the first pattern I've ever written, start to finish. All your friends had wolf usernames. Yeah, wolf stuff is still pretty popular with like teenagers and lone wolf kind of idea. Wolves are cool, man. Wolves are cool. I came over here looking for bobbins. Yes, bobbins. I don't. I had like 8 of them, and I know I did not use all 8, but I don't know where they went. Digging at the bottom of my basket for bobbins. Bobbin hunting. Bobbin, bobbin. Found one. It's blue. Right. Where's the end? Here it is. Okay. Yeah, it's weird looking back on high school stuff and being like, man, why did I hang out with that person? They were really mean. And wow, I can't believe I spent so much time with this other person. Or why didn't I spend time with this person? They were pretty cool. And now they have an awesome job. It would be fair. Uh, I think more of my, and I'm gonna use this like in quotes, regrets come from like not doing science in school. Feel like I should have done more sciencey things. You know, I wasn't bad at science, but I wasn't encouraged to keep doing it either. It was more like, oh, that's nice. Although our school was pretty lax on some of the requirements to get into some classes. I mean, I was a good student and I paid attention to the requirements and whatever. I'm boring that way. But I was in my chemistry class in high school when my when the teacher was trying to explain some of the, you balance chemical equations, and she just lost her shit because this one, and it wasn't just one, I knew that most of the class did not have the math requirement to be in there. And she just absolutely lost it when they didn't know how to do the basic algebra you needed to do to the class. Like, she just went off on everybody, the whole class, and I was sitting there going, I have what I need. I know exactly why she's upset, and I'm kind of on her side because I'm sitting there in this class with all these people who I know do not have the requirements to be in there, and I'm just like, why am I in the same place as some of these people? Not that I didn't like them as people, it's just like academically we were on two very, very different levels. Basically, it's because I didn't take the advanced chemistry class. Had I taken the advanced chemistry class, it would have actually been a challenge. I would have been with my friends, but I had made a decision a while back, which was a stupid decision, to not continue on with advanced sciences. So that is probably my biggest high school regret. I mean, my biology teacher, when I was telling her that I wasn't going to continue biology class anymore, she's like, you're not doing bad, right? Like, you're actually doing pretty good, and it's only halfway through the semester. You don't have to drop the class. And I was like, no, I'd want to. I don't think I can do it. I probably could have done it. I should have. What was it? The Yoger? The Jaeger clan. Alright, thank you for that, host. Going ahead. Again, there's so much more yarn than I expected there to be. Like, it looks like, oh hey, look, you're almost done, but really, you kind of got a lot left to go. Man, it's weird the things you think of when you remember what you were doing when AIM was a thing. Uplink, thank you for the host. A lot of weird memories and stuff going on there. Alright, I think I need to spend some time in my Streamlabs and change some of the font stuff, change some of the colors, so I can read it. Alright, so row count time. We are at 2, 4, 6, 7. We're starting row 8. Yeah, no, I think you're right about AIM shutting down recently. The thing is, like, there's what, been like one person left on it? And like, I have no friends. I have no one to talk to. They all went to like email and what's Discord? You asked two different girls out on AIM. One said yes. So, funny story about AIM. You're in a random chat room. You can be talking to anybody in America, right? Um, because it's America Online. It was an AOL sponsor chat program, right? AOL I am. Yeah, that was already taken. So talking with God knows who, and then people like, oh, where you from? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in this state. Oh, cool. So talking to this one dude and realized we literally live 3 blocks from each other. Out of the entirety of America, that would have been in this whatever, I don't know, I think it was just some miscellaneous chat room, 3 blocks away from me. And he worked at the local grocery store, and so I wanted to like not like see if he was real, because obviously if you knew the name of the grocery store, he was real, because Google Maps didn't exist then, and you would have had to do a lot of research to pull that out in that like 2000. So I went down to the grocery store and I tried to find him one day, and I found him and I went through his checkout line. He obviously had no idea who I was. I'm like, okay, he's real, he exists. And then we were chatting more throughout I never told him I went and like checked him out first. Just like, yes, huh? Uh, I guess stalker. I guess doing my research first, knowing what I'm getting into. All right, so we are starting row 9 now. But so I had a feeling he was gonna ask to meet me, and so when I met him, met a girl who was one time on assuming she was real. Yeah. So checking out if this person was real, which he was, and I kind of feeling he was gonna be like, hey, we should meet up sometime. And I was like, okay, cool. And so we went and met up at the grocery store, since it was a public place. It was relatively a lot of people there, so we just like met up and we just sat outside and talked for a bit. We didn't even like go anywhere or do anything. We just sat outside the grocery store and talked. And then I was like, okay, I gotta go home before my mom comes home. And he's like, okay, because I had like biked there. God, how I was 16, 17. Actually, I think you met him when we went out. Well, no, wait, we didn't go to the grocery or the game store. He's the one who owns the game store, and he now owns a like a video game store, the only video game store in the town, in like anywhere near the town. And he opened up a second one recently. I have to go back and look at where that's at, but well, there was actually no, that's not true. There was another game store the next town over, but it was so small, and he was so, and the owner at that store was so like girls don't play games, that I was immediately turned off as soon as I walked in there, because he wasn't talking to me. He was talking with the, like gone out there with a guy friend, just talking to him. And I'm like, hi, I was the one who actually asked about the magic cards. Why are you answering him? He didn't even open his mouth. So yeah, I was seriously irritated. All right. So we are on, I believe this is row 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So we'll finish this one up. And get oh wait, now I need to I need to choose a different color for my blanket, because this is where I'm starting the Catherine wheels. Okay, you know what? If I have to do Catherine wheels, I am not ready for that tonight. So we're going to continue on with the square. we are going to continue on with this black square. Because I'm not in the mood for Catherine wheels. I could do Catherine wheels in the brown I've been using, so I can start with that. Alright, I'm just going to do a quick time check as well. Okay, so I have about an hour. And I'll stay on a little longer. Unfortunately, I'm getting sleepy. That sucks. And still have like an hour left to go. Like I said earlier, I want to, stream for a minimum of 3 hours at a time. I mean, it is getting me to finish my project. That's for sure. Alright, so now with finishing this part of it, the next thing I need to do is start shaping it to the pillow, the cushion. So I'll make sure I have enough on each side. Start tapering in the ends near the where it's gonna tie. Alright. Yeah, I've got a bit of ways to go. So we'll turn the corner here. I'll go down here. I'll make a U, because this stuff needs a bit more, and then I can start tapering in up top. So we'll make a U, and then go back on the U. And then we'll see how far out we go. We'll probably go about here. So it'll almost be ready. And then do the tapering. No, I should go in full square. So I will start... Yeah, I'll start going down here, and then I can taper up here, because I still need to make rows in order to taper them. Alright. Did I ever set up my Discord? My Discord is set up. I still... Like, again, there's the picture. I still need the picture. And I just need to get the link out there. It exists, and I think I was saying earlier in the channel, it's like one of those things that it probably won't be perfect when I set it up and release it out into the world. But by the time I stream next time, which I might stream tomorrow or Friday. Wait, no, probably not Friday. And if I stream tomorrow, it'll probably be a short stream. I need to meet up with someone in the evening. So yeah, so I'm talking about how I want to do 3-hour streams. No, tomorrow will be a short stream. Then depending on when he can actually meet. He's got a lot of traffic to drive through, and with the fires and traffic and stuff. I haven't had a chance to sit down at my computer and scroll through my pictures. I was thinking of just using one of these Space Invader pictures as my icon, but I don't know. I mean, I don't have a Hyperzinger logo of any sort. So I need to figure out what... And I mean, I know I can change the picture, but I know personally that when I look at the Discords, I go by the people's picture as to know which Discord I'm talking in. So I know that's an important bit. I might just go take some pictures of some of my other work. I have a little pencil pouch that has a really cool button on it. And it's so I crocheted around the button, and so that looks really neat. I might use that. That would be a pretty iconic picture, honestly. I could use that one. So the button's an idea. I could do a close-up of some stitches of some of the stuff I've worked on. I have taken some nice pictures of this blanket in its early days. That would look kind of neat. Stitch close-ups. I could use my Twitch icon or my Twitch image picture. That might work. Alright, I'm gonna actually go back here and turn this into a knot. This is the very beginning, and it didn't have a solid knot on it. Crochet one. And we're gonna hide this tail by crocheting right over it. After a while, these headphones get a little heavy, and it hurts my ear. It bends my ear in a funny way. Or just puts pressure on the top of it, and it gets sore. They have a nice cushion on it, it's just that the headset itself is bigger than my head. Any interest in Battle for Azeroth? I'm guessing or WoW Classic. Yes, Battle for Azeroth. Although, I mean, I am a diehard WoW fan. I was a WoW fan before I ever played. And what I mean by that is, like, I think I mentioned this in a previous stream, that I wanted to play so badly when I first found out about it. But I didn't really have a computer. I didn't have any, I mean, I had just graduated from college, so I didn't really have a steady job, and we had a friend who almost dropped out of school because of World of Warcraft, and so we're like, no, we both have addictive game personalities, so let's not get WoW. And so we didn't. However, I go to grad school, and I went to school for library science, and me and two other people, and the recommended size for the group project, we got together for a group project, we actually studied the information-seeking behavior of World of Warcraft players. That was our big research project. So I have, and then I was like, you know what, this is a really good project we just did. I would like to submit it as a poster for the Games, Learning, and Society conference that was held at our same campus, our college campus. So a year later, I presented it as a poster. I still have it somewhere. So I've kind of, and oh, by the way, at that point, I had never played. I had never played WoW when I did that research project. I didn't play till like a year later. So I was kind of fangirling over it before I even really knew what it was like. And then I started playing and realized that people are all drama-filled. Oh my god, are people drama-filled? The good news is I might actually finish this Karen 1 pound on this square, which would be awesome feeling to finish a whole skein of yarn and be like, second skein I've ever finished in my life. Needy bird! Midnight pasta! So I don't know when you left to go make pasta. Cause yeah, you hadn't replied for a while, and I had offered to do an unboxing. Cause you said you like to watch unboxing videos. And I was like, I have some pretty big boxes of yarn here. I know what's in them, but you don't. Because we were talking about seeing stashes and talking about the yarns. I mean, that was a while ago. But we could do that another stream. Because it's all like right here. You just get to watch me like pulling it down. No, I didn't do it without you. No, I like practically finished this. He's all a little like wonky and stuff because I'll have to stretch him out over the thing, but yeah. Actually, my current goal is to finish my Karen 1 pound, and this is all that's left of it. No, I think at some point I DC'd again, or my OBS like freaked out, and I think everybody like ran away. So, old Bumble went to bed. He's like, well, she's gone. I'm going to bed. And I'm like, no, I'm back. I swear. I can hear all. Damn it. You're gone. I don't know if you've met old Bumble before. He's a pretty like interesting, entertaining dude. Oh wait, I'm at the top now. I'm supposed to be decreasing here. So we'll go through here, and then I'll go in like the um second one to kind of pull it over. Did that pull it over? We'll go into the third one. That didn't seem to like pull it over enough. Alright, that looks good. I'll try not to pull it too tight so it just doesn't look weird. And then we can continue crocheting as normal. Continue as normal. Yeah, I may have to, finish this Karen 1 pound and then dive into the next one to keep going. Although it's kind of hard to judge looking at yarn and then figuring out how much, do I actually have enough left for the project? Do I not? Because it's not like you're gonna like measure out your remaining yarn and then like look at your pattern and do the math. Like, okay, how much? Although I think that's how people figure. I never figure out yardage. Like when I'm writing up a pattern, I'm like, I have no idea how much yarn I used. I would have to do something like weigh it before and after, and then figure out how much like in inch weight or something, and then I don't know. It's like I'd have to make it and then unravel it and then measure the yarn. That seems like a waste of time though. Let me make a thing just so I can destroy a thing to tell you how much stuff it took to make it. I'll have to ask like pattern writers how they figure out how much yarn they use. Oh, speaking of, I haven't seen Adorned. Well, actually no, she was in someone's chat the other day. I've been trying to watch a bit. Like if I can't stream, I try to hang out in people's chats on break at work. Okay, so I'll skip some stitches here to try and, start tapering it down. Alright, so I've made one round across the whole thing. Let's see where we stand when it comes to the cushion. Oh yeah, I definitely need a few more rounds. It's like I need to sort of bulge them out a little. Oh no, I was tapering the wrong side, are you kidding? Crap. Okay, well, I guess we'll undo that whole row, because that's not the side that's supposed to be. You know, it still needs to be round though, so it doesn't really matter. It's just up here I need to start tapering them, not down here. I got my project backwards when I did it. Since I'm working in a circle, it's not exactly difficult to do. You didn't get to catch it because you were doing your thing. Ah, yeah. Hold on, I missed some of what you said. Well, I missed it in there, but... The chat on the phone is not nearly as reliable. That's right, she was calling it the dungeon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm following her, but I need to also turn on notifications because I have no idea when she goes on. So, one of the dangerous websites or apps or whatever is wish.com. Are you familiar with Wish? Actually, I think Wish is where I got these cushions from. And as far as cushions go, I wouldn't recommend them. But as far as a filler for a crochet project, which is pretty much exactly what they are, they're fine. But if you wanted a cushion that was comfortable to sit on, they're actually way too thin. The fact that I'm using, you know, 2 pieces of single crocheted fabric and putting them on there, like, my 2 pieces are just as thick as the one cushion. So it's... And it was like the cheapest cushions I got, so that's a thing too. That is a consideration. My... This says I'm not connected to chat, which is goofy. Welcome to the chat room. This is a test. Oh, okay. It worked, I guess. Although it doesn't keep a good record of the chat. At least not on my phone. It, like, jumped. So that was just a test. Okay, I'm still on the bottom. I don't wanna... Actually, I'm gonna start trying to round this off, though. Because even though I do my little tuck the corner thing, it's easier if they're already partially rounded. Hi. I was just testing out the chat on my phone. It's... leaves a bit to be desired. No, is that literally a knot? It is! How sad. It's a good thing I have this conveniently wrapped up on a bobbin. And... oh, it's getting chilled down here. It's about time to put the scarf back on. Jeez. Yeah, it's scarf time. I feel like it suddenly got cold. TM Gaming 227, thank you very much for that host. I need to definitely play around with my stream elements and make some of that work a little better. Who knows? Totally got stuck in that. There. Dio the Carney, oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. A Leatherman, you say? I don't. Yeah, I don't know where mine is. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing tonight? So, Dia, what were you working on before you headed on over here with your whole crew? Henry BGT, thank you very much for the follow. A giant BB-8. Like when you say giant, how giant are we talking about? Because BB-8 is just, he's the most adorable. Spazzy Jazzy. I think you were kind of hanging out with me before I took my little break. It's good to see ya. Ooh, I'm stuck in my, there we go. So, I mean, like, some people are like, oh, all amigurumi is gonna be 2 inches tall. And so, like, giant could be like, yeah, the size of a skein of yarn. Hmm? Or like giant, you're making something that's like his body's the size of a beach ball and like his head is this big. Spazzy Jazzy, thank you for the follow. Small yarn world. It's a great yarn world, like on Twitch here. It's really awesome. Zero Place, thank you for the host. Okay, so it's bigger than your head. Alright, that's pretty giant. Yeah, bigger than your head's pretty giant. So yeah, no, I mean trying to make something like even making a sphere, a crocheted sphere that's big, that takes quite a while. I'm assuming you're crocheting it. I think I've seen some of your stuff before. Alright guys, this is the very last of my, oh gosh, Karen 1 pound. I think I bought this 1 pound probably 7 years ago. I bought it to make my, no, it was not 7 years ago, maybe like 4 years ago, to make a penguin. Which is funny because the bit of the penguin I needed was just like the hood of it, so it looked like a cuff and it came down into a triangle. So 5 years to go through a 1 pound of yarn. Most of it went to this project. Yes, I'm pretty sure by the time I go around this a few times, it'll be a... Yes, penguin! Actually, I think the penguin that used the first of this is in the slideshow, too. So he's immortalized. Yeah, I made a penguin for my niece in 2010 when she was born, and another penguin for my other niece in 2013 when she was born. So they both got crocheted penguins from their auntie. Hey, let's see, this year I made them crocheted bags, and I lined them with like, was that mine? Sure. My roommate had stopped by asking to borrow a Leatherman or a Gerber or something when you had first come in, and so my roommate was over here, and Jingles was over here, and she was trying to ask us both a question. I'm like, but there's people! I want to try and talk to the people! But he managed to find my Gerber, and so she can borrow it. But I do need it back. It's not. That's not a small thing to borrow. I mean, physically it's small, but we're gonna be out and about doing stuff this weekend, and I'm gonna need it. So, Henry, do you craft? Alright, now I gotta, at this point, gotta try and round off this edge here, so I'll skip a few, and go into this stitch at the end, and pull like 3 stitches together here. Start rounding off this corner. I hope that'll work. And pull these stitches here when it comes around the corner too. Just kinda... And there goes the bobbin. And of course, make fantastic 2" by 3" squares of crochet. Alright, so I've lost... Okay, I got Monster Cat back. Now I'm looking to get me back. Kitty Justice, thank you very much. Kitty Justine, thank you for that host. Alright, and I think I'm back. Checking to see if I'm back. Okay, Spazzy Jazzy, have a fantastic evening. Rest well, and I hope to see you around later. Alright, Batzar, thank you for the host. So, are you making your 2" by 3" squares for like an Afghan? So I'm probably not going to... I'm just going to finish up the rounding this off pretty much. I ended up with about 3 or 4 go-arounds on this, or on the other ones, before I use the colored one. But I do the same thing with the plain black. It's just make the square and then kind of round it off on the edges. And then I just kind of make it fit the the cushion. Very itty bitty last bit. A double crochet scarf, got to 3 feet, haven't had time to pick it back up. Yeah, that happens. You know, I started a scarf quite a while ago, and I was using some really bright red yarn, like a coral color, and this black, and they were both really soft, and I was gonna make pockets at the end of it. I just kind of make an extra long scarf and then fold it over and crochet the sides so I had pockets on my scarf. It disappeared. I've moved like twice since I started it and just disappeared. I'm evil, thank you for that host. So I'm a bit sad that I don't know where it went. I'd like to finish it someday. That skips too many stitches, it puckers weird. So we'll have it skip 1 less stitch. See, that's not skipping any stitches. Never mind. Puckers a bit. I mean, I am trying to round it off. Or I am trying to pull it in. Although I think I tried to pull in this side, and that was not the right side to pull in. Oh dear. So yeah, that's one of my missing things that's just kind of been a mystery. Because like I had also gotten like this satin to put inside because I wanted to be able to hold my change in this, you know, scarf with a pocket. So I was gonna line it. And I still have the satin, but, and I still have the, like the yarn, but the scarf itself is not around. I cannot find my work in progress scarf, so forever shall it be a whip. Rip my whip. I mean, rip my whip kind of sounds like you finished it, but in this case it's just gone, so no. So it's not there. I mean, like, I'm excited that this is... I'm gonna finish off the yarn. I have... Actually, I should probably... Oh, my other skein is in here. I'd gotten one because I was getting low, but I didn't realize how long it could last. I should probably just start like balling all my yarn and using my yarn bowl. Although what the project currently sitting in the yarn bowl is an unfinished pussy hat from like April of this year. It's kind of just been sitting there ever since then. I joined a crochet along with some people, but I don't know what happened. I just didn't finish it. I didn't like the pattern. It was not a great pattern. Mistache Buddha, Mista Buddha. Thank you for the host, Mista Buddha. Alright, so we're just gonna keep on going till we run out. Oh, look, we're running out. Alright, so I'm gonna tie off. Yeah, I'm gonna tie the next piece on. Oh no, this is attached to something. That's right, I started one of the plain black ones. So that looks like I might almost be done with that. So let's see where I'm at with the plain black one. Maybe we'll just finish this off and then tie it on. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. We're at 35, and I need 44. So I need 7 more rows? No, 9 more rows. We'll keep working on this instead. Because this will be the back for that. I mean, it's for the same project. I just didn't want to take 2 skeins of yarn with me when I went out and about, so I just did the plain black one. I guess at this point I only have 1 plain black one to make. Because I will have, it'll be the orange one that I'll have left. Hooray! And they'll have a whole set of 4 to match the coasters. This is super exciting. Actually, I've done a good decent number on this 1 pound also, and this one's brand new. I got this one a few weeks ago. Wow. I'm just rolling through the black. I should probably go buy another one while they're on sale. I go through a lot of black. Guitar Zemi 23, thank you for that host. I was thinking I need to get glasses. Like, I really have to lean forward to read that on my screen. I need to find a better way for me to see those. So, Henry, it's one of the things I do is like when I'm watching streams, I'm usually also crocheting or something. Um, well, not so much lately because I'll be watching during my break at work. But alright, so we are finishing. What did we say? It was 35? So this is row 36 that we are finishing because it was at the end of the row. And chain one and turn. Starting row 37. Ah, video games. Hey, yeah, kind of doing something else, hanging out, seeing what's going on. Splitting my yarn here. I think it means I'm getting tired. Start splitting yarn all over the place. First of the year to get back to it, yeah. My New Year's resolution is going to be to set aside time and learn to knit. So some of these streams will be watching me flounder while I'm learning to knit. So you guys will have quite the show to be watching. Hopefully someone like Jenny Knits or Minnie Burger stops by and they'll be like, no, 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 do this. And it'll be something simple, like, you know, move your needle one stitch over. Great. Now keep doing what you were doing. Will Jackson Line. Thank you for that host. And Titan X. Thank you for that host as well. Wow, 40 books. See, I used to read a lot. And my Goodreads goal for this year was 14. Yeah, I read 16 books, and mind you, some of them were like little comic books. Keenmeister, thank you. Kenmeister, thank you for that host. I heard multiple notifications go off. I only saw the one notification though. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, no, I've learned the beauty of watching Twitch stuff at work. So it's, well, on breaks at work. My work's a little too crazy to even try to watch it while I'm working. No, I skipped a stitch. I didn't want to skip a stitch. Yeah, Jenny is pretty awesome. Have you seen her new, she has her like October, or November, December, or maybe October, November, like highlight clips? There's one of another streamer who, he must be a gaming streamer or something. But he's talking about like, well, you gotta give the old lady credit, you know, she's embracing technology. You gotta watch the clip of it. It's pretty funny. I did join a book club, and like we would meet physically once a month, so that actually helped me keep reading throughout the year. Unfortunately, these past 2 months have been a little nuts. We had some family stuff to deal with, and I just was like, nope, sorry guys, can't make the meetup. Not gonna read the book. I gotta deal with life. She has it as a VOD. I don't remember where I saw the link. It might have been on her Twitter, but I saw the link and I'm like, oh, I gotta see this. Because Jenny Knits is pretty funny. I mean, between her and Mini Burger, they're like my biggest inspirations for learning to knit, or for wanting to learn to knit. And I think that some of my people in my in-person guild, they're just kind of like, and we're not your inspirations for knitting? And I'm like, well, I mean, you guys are already super good at it. Like, you never make mistakes. They're like, oh, we make mistakes. I'm like, but we don't see them. Like, with Jenny and Minnie, they're like, doing it right there. And they're like, nope, this is going to happen. And it's just, I don't know, feels a little more real. And I'm seeing other people who are just like learning how to knit too. Like they're asking similar questions and I mean, Jenny was great. When I was trying to do it on my own, um, I kept doing this thing where I'd crisscross my stitches and I could not figure out how it was happening. And so I took a picture of it and I posted it online and I linked to it and I was like, what am I doing wrong? How does this keep happening? I was like, this is the third time I've done this. And she just looked at it and she's like, oh, you need to be careful. You're only picking up one stitch. Apparently I was picking up like the stitch from that row and the row underneath it, so I was picking up two. I don't know. Greek to me still. Which is funny because my coworker speaks Greek. Ooh, I need to be careful. I'm holding my hook a little weird and it's hurting my wrist, hurting my fingers. Time to stretch. So we were talking about yarn stashes earlier before you guys came in. Anita B was saying she loves seeing like people doing unboxing stuff. Like, do you guys like seeing other people's like yarn stuff, or you're just kind of like, whatever? Where are you taking a crochet course? Like, are you doing it online or in person? Alright, Dio. Thank you so much for the host and the raid and all that. Thank you. I should have a good night. I'll probably be ending probably in the next 20 minutes or so here, so it won't be too much longer. I will probably finish the 44 rows I need of this black. Oh, that's what I said. Yeah, 44, and then tie it onto that. Maybe crochet a few rows, but yeah, that'll be the rest of the evening. Makes me scared that I'll get the urge to go to Joann's again. Um, like, are you taking the class through Joann's? Or are you talking about, like, looking at other people's yarn will make you want to go get some of your own at Joann's? And And also, if you want to see a crazy yarn shopping experience, you should go check out the Instagram video that Amagurumi Man put up. He went like Black Friday yarn shopping, and he went like all the way. So you're gonna want like it. Just I would highly recommend going to check it out. You're gonna look at this stuff going, holy cow! Between his Twitter and his Instagram, it tells because he was posting different stuff on the each thing. You get a very interesting story. An online crochet course, alright. Is it like is it a Craftsy course? Because I know that's people do courses there. Artistic gaming. Oh, I have not heard of that. I will have to look into that. Where's my streaming notebook? It's way over there, not anywhere near me. Alright. Because if they have some courses on stuff that I've never done before, because one of the things I'd like to start doing this next year would be Tunisian. Alright, so artistic gaming crochet courses. Alright, so we'll be looking that up later. Something else I was gonna ask, I don't remember. Gaming. Oh, I wanted someone to said you guys test this out. I put a new thing in my Moobot today. Timsy10, thank you for the host. Can someone type exclamation hype? I want to see if it works. I don't know if I like the arrangement, but I created the command. It only did one of them correctly. It should be the... Oh, you know what? I think the party popper is for Twitch. Are you a Twitch Prime member? The Trap Lord, thank you for the host. Yeah, I think the party popper is a Twitch. I think it's every 5 seconds. I should probably change that to be like nothing, because if we want to like hype spam someone, we're gonna want it like constantly. It PMs it? What? It private messaged it? To who? To you? Mishmalismo? I have no idea how to say that. Thank you for that host. So it private messaged you my hype message in Moobot? But his showed up in channel. So you typed in hype and it private messaged it to you. What in the world? But did you get the actual picture? I mean, you're not a Twitch Prime member, are you? You don't have like an icon. But I think you can hide the icons. Huh. Weird. I mean, because you also use Moobot. You call it like you call it like NeedyBot, right? super weird. Alright, so I'll have to take the party popper out of there. Ooh, those are pretty, Raffi. And welcome. Oh, it just said party popper. Dang it. Because I was trying to, that's what I was doing in your channel, Needy Bird. I was, I was throwing in those random emotes because I wanted to see what they were called, and if typing in the word would just do it. So I actually I'll use Onkbot. That's the other one I was going to use. See, look at this. Learning stuff, taking notes. I'm such a dork. But I also want to get my stream up to a better caliber. A-N-H-K. Spelling is good. I've been using Moobot. I need to check out Onkbot because now there's no Revlo. I don't know how I'm going to do giveaways. I know Stream Elements has a thing. And by the way, you guys are getting some sort of loyalty point. I just don't know how to implement it yet. But it's turned on. I don't know if you can go exclamation point coins and see if it actually gives you a number. But I haven't figured it all out. That's why there's no like instructions in the about section. So, Raffi, how did you get the 17 Twitch icon? Did you go to TwitchCon? Is that the TwitchCon icon? Needy Bird has... Hey, look, it worked. Oh, points. Okay. You're rank 2. Huh. Wonder who's rank 1. Probably Moobot. I don't think I excluded the bot. Raffi Ninja. It's a fun little name. Alright, after this row here, I need to count and see where we're at. I don't necessarily want to stop, but I'm getting quite sleepy. Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 41. I have one more row. Last row, guys. Wait, 41? Is that what I just said? Then I have 3 more rows, because it needs to go up to 44. Alright, 3 more rows. Really? Did you guys notice a huge difference when the mic is up here versus when it's down here? Unfortunately, when I have it down here, it screws up my peripheral vision. I keep seeing things like out of the corner of my eye that really aren't there. Because it's reflecting bits of light off the sides of it. Got it. Oh, wow. What was your panel on? A game show segment for creative streamers. Okay, I could probably benefit from a panel like that. I'm guessing it's like playing like games in chat or with your chat while you're streaming? Or maybe I'm misunderstanding. Pumpkin Master Audi, thank you for the host. No, it was on the expo floor. Oh, so you were doing like a live action game show? Like playing it with them? Yeah, you can post the link. Hopefully my thing will behave here. And actually log me in so I can see the link. Yeah, it just says Party Popper on the chat here too. But I can use that emote. Oh, maybe it's because Moobot can't use it. That's why we can't see it. Moobot isn't a Twitch. Okay. Chillin' B, thank you for the host. Alright, PBS. I'm actually gonna have to get up and click on it. Dang it. I was trying to do it from the phone. It doesn't show up as a link on the phone chat app. I am very underwhelmed with the chat functionality on the phone. I've been all night. I'll probably have to get a tablet or something and use it so I can be like slightly away from the computer to do all this. There. So which one are you? Oh, okay. That looks pretty fun. So you guys all have like, oh, these are whiteboards. Far right. Far right. With the yellow wristband on and the baseball hat and the print shirt. That dude. Rappy Ninja. Well, I suppose you all have yellow wristbands, so like, never mind. Oh, so, Needy Bird, I figured out what I'm gonna do for my giveaway. Someone had suggested I do like koozies, and I was like, I've never made a koozie before. I wouldn't want to like make something for the first time and have it suck, but then give it away. I was thinking I could make like these, but smaller and stuff them. Since I've been working on the Space Invaders thing, I might as well make a smaller version of it, and then have it like, I'm guessing it would be about a quarter of the size. So, take this, we'll fold it up. So it'd be kind of biggish. So it'll be a weird size. I'll say that. It'll be a strange size. It'll be slightly smaller than this actually, because I've already gone around the edges, and I'll probably only go around once when I do the quarter-sized one. But then I can stuff it with polyfill and do that. You're on your stream team. Who is that? Who's on your stream team? And why aren't they a part of Naughty by Nature? Like the Fiber Arts stream team. Oh, she is part of Naughty by Nature. I've totally hung out with Beetle at Bay before, and I actually met her when we went down for dinner at TwitchCon. I don't think I've gotten to see her streams since then, though. But yeah, I've totally hung out with Beetle. Like, in her chat and all that. Oops, I'm doing the wrong thing here. I still need 2 more rows, so... Alright, I had already... Chain 1 and turn. I think the first time I hung out with her, she was like at her parents' house and she was packing up her room and like pulling out all this stuff out of her closet. And it was like going back in time because she was pulling out like Polly Pocket and just all this like nostalgia stuff. You know, she had some Lisa Frank stuff in there. And I was just like, oh my god, this girl could be like me had I not gone to college and like just stayed at my parents' house forever. My family cleared out my stuff like 2 years after I went off to college. Yeah, it just all disappeared. But yeah, it was really neat to like just kind of see that she's like, I have not touched this closet since I have no idea when. We don't know what we're gonna find in here. But that was my first introduction to her. But like I jumped in because it said she did crochet, but she was not crocheting at the time. But it was a really good conversation, so I stayed. I do need to figure out how to stream from my phone though, because I'm pretty sure that's what she was doing, like set up stream elements in such a way I can still do that. Like unfortunately the camera I currently have set up is 720. But it works with my monitor, which is well one of my monitors, which we believe is 720. But it doesn't work with Chrome or Twitch interface, which is assuming you have 1080, because it does a bunch of wonky stuff when I like bring the browser from one monitor to the other. So, Raffi, what kind of stuff do you make? I mean, if you were hanging out on the Twitch creative floor, it seems like you're one of the creative peeps. What do you do? You may have answered this previously. Ooh, vector art. I wish I could wrap my head around that. I mean, that can be a pretty lucrative section of work though, if you want to do it for a job, what I understand. Lots of freelance opportunities. Especially if you're hanging out with Twitch people. Alright, let me count this again. So I don't remember if that was the last row, if I was telling myself I have one more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Trez Tonic! I am so happy to see you! Oh my gosh, welcome to my channel! I was talking you up and I need links for your stuff and I am beyond excited that you are here. I am so excited. So everybody, Trey Tonic, who just followed, this is the artist I was telling you about earlier that we're working with and who's helping me create my image for this channel. So I know you haven't been around and seen what I've been doing, but I've taken these coasters and I've made patterns for them so I can have chair cushions that match. So I've finished 2 of them already. So these will be chair cushions to go in our, gaming living area. And I have 3 of the images done. And yeah, I'm working through this. I've got my to-do list of holiday stuff. I'm so glad you're here too. So what have you been up to? I mean, I don't know how much you want to talk about, but you said you're working from home now. I hope that's a good thing. Um, I'll start with that. I mean, I hope you're getting more time for your personal art and all of that. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I was like, I don't have a link for his comic. It's called Grumpy Girl. Um, if you'll email me the link, like you can put it in chat so people here can currently see it, and my chat is currently open to links until somebody abuses that privilege. Okay, so you're making a Tumblr for it. So until someone abuses my open link policy, they're open. And then as soon as someone posts something dumb or ridiculous, then it's shut off for everybody, and we'll have to do permissions. Sweet. But the job situation, I hope that's going okay? Question mark. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 36, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44. 44, done. Lol, all whip. Oh, okay, I see. Everything's a whip right now. And of course the scarf is falling on top of me. I'll have to fix that later. Living the dream, alright! Working from home on animation and comics. Living the dream. So, animation with a company you were previously with, or someone else, or all freelance? I mean, if this is all too personal for a Twitch channel, you can go ahead and just say we can talk about it later, or not, or whatever. But the creative community is usually pretty chill. Freelance and your own stuff. Congratulations. I hope that's all good stuff then. Because I know you were working for a major like dream company for a while, so you want to do art streams once you're all set up, right? Yeah. I was telling if you have a great attitude for streaming, so Mojo Joe, thank you for the host. Yeah. So I moved from the regular computer setup to the couch setup. I had the computer set up a couple months ago when I first messaged you about the images, and I just moved to the couch setup because I realized I had been very uncomfortable and streaming wasn't fun, but I still want to do a lot of crochet, and I've already I think this is my 3rd or 4th regular stream that I've done so far, and it was really neat because I was talking with someone else who just started crocheting, and they were asking all these questions about what I did and what this was called and what that was called and stuff he had seen other people do, and I felt like I was already teaching someone, which is kind of what it is. I want to talk about crocheting and I want to do it, and I want other people to come in and enjoy, and we can all talk about it. So it's been worth it. I tie this in the wrong way? Uh-oh. Where was I going with this? Already screwed it up. I don't even know what I'd done originally. I was trying to go around in a circle to... And then I know I needed to tie on new yarn. But something got all wonky. Alright. Which way do you go? You, like, don't... What did I do? Oh, I semi-tied it off. Okay, I see. There we go. So I'm guessing you're gonna stream yourself making your comic? Because I'm guessing you probably can't stream the freelance stuff. It seems like the comic might be the only thing that you could do. I mean, unless you get, like, permission from people? I don't know. Yeah, so just so you know, I was totally hyping you up in my chat earlier today. So when the VOD comes out, you can go ahead and check out all the things I was saying about you. Oh, comics and doodles, okay. So yeah, totally talking you up. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how far we've come. Alright, so at this point, I am going to want to do a U, come up here, turn around, and come back. And then possibly work on that up there, because I'm getting... The other thing I could do a U, come back. I can't really do... Well, and then I could come back one more time. Yeah. No problem. So, are you not going with the hop art anymore? You're sticking with Trey. Is it Trey or Trez? How do you pronounce your name? Treztronic. Okay. With the Z. It's not like it's not a French thing. Trey, like Verytronic. Treztronic. 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 Okay. What's it mean? Oh, okay. Trez. I'm guessing the tronic is like electronic. No, maybe not. RPGs when you choose your character names. Trez. Yeah. So I bet when you played Pokemon, you were Trainer Trez. Hmm? Oh, I totally... Oh, with exclamation points. Okay. Okay, So I'm actually gonna find the link to this thing because I saw this and immediately thought of you. Trainer dress. Yeah. So it has to do with this, the trainer Pokemon thing. I saw a Pokemon thing and thought of you. Imagine that. Let's see, where was it? Where? Ooh. Sorry, it's a Kickstarter thing. But go ahead and click that link. Also, for anybody else in the chat, if you like Pokemon, I would go ahead and click that link. If you played any bit of Pokemon, you like the Pokemon, click the link. Yeah, they are pretty cool looking. But like to get the whole set is just like, ooh, it's a little expensive. Worth it. Now, I went on a pin kick about a month ago. I think I've gotten most of all the ones, but like I went on Kickstarter and backed like so many pins, and I got them in, and I was just kind of like, what am I gonna do with them now? So I'm probably gonna get like a cork board, and put them in. So hopefully, I'll have a little bit of. Is that right, Raffy? So yeah, seems pretty worth it. I keep feeling like I am going the wrong direction with my dude, because I didn't want to go at the top, and I'm going across the top. I think I know I was going across the top. That's the back. This is the front. My dude's a little backwards, so. We'll have to squeeze this in a bit, Looking at pin holders on Amazon, a fancy case, and I'll show off all my nerdy pins. Yeah. Well, we did a little bit of pin stuff at BlizzCon. Jingle's got a necklace, not necklace, what the hell is the word I'm looking for? A lanyard, a pin lanyard. It was slightly thicker and made of a stronger material than the regular lanyard you got, so your pins won't rip through it. And then you got one pin in the bag, and then you could buy a pin, and then they had a wall where you could actually trade them. So someone was kind of like managing the trades, but like it was a really long line to trade the pins. And you didn't know if the pin you wanted would still be on the board by the time you got through the line, so it was. And I'd rather get my pins through Kickstarter. Not because they're necessarily less expensive, because they're not. Yeah, that's a. No, no, no. I'm still freaking here? Why is this happening? Okay, so this is continuously happening. Yeah, unhost. Boop. Anyway, I think it would be a little weird if at this point, like one day, it didn't host Swaglord in the middle of my stream. Because this is kind of like an everyday occurrence now. Hello! Hello, Kenna, good to see you. I know, it's not an ad, it's just, it's broken. No sound now? What? Oh. Yeah, I think I do need to turn off auto host. Alright, let's see here. Let's see what we got going on here. Freeze2828, thank you very much for that host. Now people are hosting me. Hopefully it doesn't start freaking hosting other people. Let's see. So you hear me fine? Okay, great. Then I won't worry about it. Because yeah, my Stream Elements, or not Stream, OBS is saying my volume is doing the volume thing. Yeah, I'll have to do that for the next stream, turn off auto host. And Raffi, the crazy thing is, it's always the same person. I have 4 or 5, I think I have 5 people on my auto host list just for that silly little achievement that they had. But it's always the same person. Alright, so I am currently crocheting along the bottom of my project. Oh my gosh, I can't tell the top from the bottom at the moment. This is a little weird. Okay, I have to look at it because the arms are what tells me. Okay, the arm's going up. This is the top of my project. Oh, crap. Alright, well, crocheting along the top. Alright, so, well, that was exciting. Thank you, HL Swaglord. So yeah, if I could figure out a Kickstarter, be creative enough to come up with a thing I could Kickstarter, I totally would do it. I had an idea for a bit, but there's not much of a demand for it, so I don't even know if it would hit the goal that I would want it to hit. So, I know what I have, it's just I need to figure out what medium to distribute it in. I hope that makes sense. And it wouldn't be something crochet, because crochet would take too long. Like, let's say your Kickstarter was immensely successful. It would take forever to get a bunch of things crocheted if I did a crochet thing. It's like I would almost have to have them pre-made. Thank you very much for that host. It is much appreciated. And I need to mute something. Thank you again for that host. For that second host, that was a different host. So Needy Bird, are you crocheting while you're hanging out here? Or are you just like kicking back? Alright, so I get to the end here. I'll still work on the decrease since this is the top. You know, piecing together an amigurumi really is the most trying and frustrating part of it. I always feel like I'm doing it wrong, and then when I get done, I'm like, oh, I guess I did that okay. It looks fine. But yeah, it's really, fumbling is a great word for that feeling. I mean, I'm kind of on a hiatus from amigurumi right now. Although that unicorn doesn't look terribly difficult. It's not like round. The giraffe that pops up in the thing, that was really difficult to put together. And it's, like I said, I've sort of shied away from the 3D I mean, technically these chair cushions are 3D, but the design itself is very simple. Actually, I think I figured out a way I can do what I need to do with this thing. I need to get a little more oomph at the bottom. I can do kind of like 3 passes and still make it around. Yokum, thank you for, oh my gosh, the host. Alright, let's see here. Jackamanakuma. Alright, now maybe I'll see the stuff a little better. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, so... Alright, stopping point. I need to determine a stopping point because it's getting a bit late. And... See, I want to finish this. That's the frustrating thing. I want to finish the... I'll finish the front piece of this. And then I'll go ahead and we'll find someone to go invade. Reaper M, thank you for the host. Alright, so the hands going up are the... Okay, so I'm on the bottom right now. So, Trez, how familiar are you with Twitch? Like, do you follow other, like, digital artists? Well, you're kind of a cross. You're digital and, like, traditional artist. Although, it sounds like you and Raffi might make a good team. Just say he's a vector artist. He says he's more of a designer rather than... a lot of Overwatch. So what level are you in Overwatch? How many stars? I don't think I played Overwatch. I played Overwatch as soon as I got back from BlizzCon. Oh. Drag him on over. Force him over. 2 stars in level 45. Jeez. So you mean by 2 stars, we're talking about like you're level 245? Yeah, you need to drag them people kicking and streaming. Just kicking and streaming. Kicking and screaming. Oh, that was great. Alright, so I'm going to start my crazy little idea I had here. So we're going to chain 1 turn, and then bring it back. That way I'll have a longer bit of a bottom going on. And hopefully it'll fit the cushion better. So I have to make it along this way and back and up here, and that will probably be good for the evening. What games am I playing? Alright, so I've gotten back into World of Warcraft, but not nearly as hardcore as I was when I first started at Stereo D. I'm doing... I've done a little bit of Minecraft, but we're kind of... I need to fix... Jingles and I are working on fixing up a computer to be a server for our Minecraft stuff. So he's playing Minecraft locally. Other games... I've been doing a lot more like board games and stuff with people. Have you heard of Guildhall? It's a bar in Burbank. Yes, Needy Bird, I do play modded. We had this discussion. We had a long discussion. I turned your crochet stream into a Minecraft stream with this discussion. So, Guildhall is a bar that has board games in it. That's right. No worries. But yeah, we play modded, which is why we want a separate computer box to be our server. We don't really want either of our computers to hold it all. Joe Kid 227, thank you for the host. So, it's a specifically nerd bar in Burbank. Do you remember where the office used to be? Oh, P.S. The office is gone. The one right next to KFC on Victory and Hollywood Way. Victory? Victory. So, the office is gone. Empire? No, it's not an Empire. Victory in Hollywood Way. It's not the office. The office was the name of a bar. Sorry. So the office was the name of the bar, and it's next to KFC. Anyway, the office doesn't exist anymore, and Guildhall does. Yeah, it was really confusing. Yeah. So yeah, they serve beer and some food, and they have a shelf full of video games. Or no, try this again. A shelf full of games, board games that you can like take and play while you're sitting there having a drink with people. Plus, they also have a bunch of Twitch monitors hanging out, like streaming random stuff. Well, I say Twitch monitors. It's a bunch of TVs that are constantly showing Twitch streamers. Now, it's supposed to be like a gaming sort of bar with a gaming vibe to it. So, it's the food's a little overpriced. It's great atmosphere though. And my Knit and Crochet Guild actually has started making it a regular meeting place once a month. Better than Story Tavern? Yes. I would say Story Tavern has good food, but it's also more of a bar feel. Like you can actually sit and play games at Guildhall. And Story Tavern's a little too dirty, a little too dark, and a little too loud for that. But Story Tavern's also bigger, so you can have more people there. Alright, so you have a good night. See you around. Email me back. Nitrox4, thank you for the host. Yeah, especially about the business card thing, because I just need a card with all my contact bits. So I was hoping to get an image for that. And we can work out payment details. But email me. Oh, really? Alright, sorry. I've been streaming. Checking it out quickly now. Oh, I don't know if you logged off already or not. Yeah. Well, if running a server ends up being too much of a hassle, let me know. I've got a good server I've been playing on that runs 3 different packs. Talbarat TV, thank you very much for that, host. Trying to remember which side's the right side, which side's the wrong side. This is the wrong side, this is the right side. Alright, so it'll be... Oh, sweet. I am so glad he's moving forward with the comic. That is so excellent. You guys will totally love it. I will promote the crap out of his comic. Because it is just, it's funny. I love it. It's good. Oh, you're still here. Hi! So yeah, the purple is actually the official Twitch purple, so it's the same, like, thing you see at the top bar. Just in case you were wondering. Oh, no problem, no problem. I thought you were, like, being called away to bed or something. Alright. I'll be rounding the corner here and going up on my last row. At least my last row for the night. If it doesn't work out, well, I'll just have to fix it tomorrow, because it's getting to be that time. It's getting to be the end time. Stream end time. Then we'll have to find someone else to, like, you know, pass all the love on to. No sleep, only work. Hey, I know you're not the only one living in that apartment. Someone else may have been saying, hey, you need to get to bed. So this version of my corners has them, like, puckering a little. Somehow I've made a, like a dart. It's all pokey. I've actually made, like, a corner on it. A 3D corner, not what I was attempting to do at all. We'll see how that works when I go to sew it together, or stitch it together. Oh, poor girl. Poor both of you. Demel Hawks, thank you for that, host. So yeah, I know you're working. Hopefully you can look up for a second. Like, if you've seen some of those notifications that pop up, I want to get rid of Left Shark. He's the default. Something a little smaller and more crochet friendly, crochet fun. Alright, so close to this bit being done. Yes, more on theme, which as you can tell I have just kind of a generic theme, but I'm hoping with Hyperion we can, you know, kind of bring it together and have a theme. Okay. I will need a few more, well, maybe not now that I'm spreading it out here. Alright, that should be enough rows, and then I can go with green, and then we have the backing. Yeah, so if I manage to get on tomorrow night, which I may or may not, I'm not even quite sure how the name hit me. It just did one day, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a little bit of everything. That's gonna be the name. Yeah, so I may or may not be on tomorrow. Like I said, I need to meet up with someone and get some stuff taken care of. And if it's not too late, maybe I'll come on. I do like to hit at least a 3-hour stream. So, alright, we made some good progress. I finished that, got that. So yeah, I'm doing about, what, one every day or a day and a half. That's good. So, oh, well, thank you for joining me, Dose Dandy. It's nice to have some people to talk to while I'm going ahead and making stuff, and I need to figure out what's next on my list. So, let's see who's on and who we can share this love to. Otherwise, we can probably just call it an evening if there's almost always someone on Naughty by Nature. That's usually just where I go to look. Alright. We're gonna get rid of the monster cat and go searching on Naughty by Nature. Team. We got anyone crafting here? Gamer Riku is playing Stardew Valley. Norith is not crafting. Amaleth is crocheting. And Cat Mom Mippy is playing a game. So it looks like we'll go head over to Amaleth's chat. MLYTH. Okay. Fantastic. Alright, so if you're going to be on a little longer, if you like watching crochet, let's head over to Amaleth. I do need to create like an outro, an intro and an outro for this stream also. Thank you. Mwah. Sweet dreams to you also. We got 4 people rating. Yeah. Yeah, because the countdown's a little awkward while I'm just sitting here like watching it count down. Like, when's my stream gonna end? Because it cuts me off as soon as it gets down to the bottom. We're halfway there. Halfway there. A third of the way there. So yeah, like I said, I need to create an outro. Maybe a little bit of music. Some funky little dancing something or others. Amalith. I wish it would also give like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, how's your day going? Okay, so yeah, there is good. You bring crochet lovers, yay! We are just working on a cute W. Yeah, it is W. So we started W last night. I was gonna do like a long leg one, and then this I was just experimenting with today. So this was the original one that we started last night. Peer pressure. So I'm just gonna crochet little feet bits to go on here, and then that's his nose. And then we're gonna give him some clothes and socks, and clothes. I might give him a couple of clothes. Like I have this, which is really pretty, and I think W needs good clothes. But I think we're gonna make the main piece of clothing that he has out of this. Just started making something of. Oh yeah, he'll have socks. I'm gonna make his feet first. But I think I'm gonna use this green Avanox. Hi, Avanox Prime socks. So I think I'm gonna make his main outfit out of this, and then I want to give him a sock hat too, like a giant person's sock. So just want little feet bits. Actually, I might sew this bit on first. So are you streaming, HyperZen? And if so, what were you streaming? And if not, do you stream? It's so hard to tell sometimes. Here's the temperature anyway. Oops. It's not the app I was looking for. Space Invaders chair covers? Do you have a picture? I had Toby cut a nose piercing. Love my crochet couch. Oh, that's so good. It's so good. I don't tend to raid. We have a really chill stream, so there's usually like 3 or 4 of us. It's only 26. Interest in fashion. I think so at the moment. The bot's being really derpy, so as long as you're following it should be. Adosadandy, thank you so much for the follow. It's a cool name. It's kind of funny to think like words like dandy is basically what we call a hipster now. But worst case, I have a Discord that has a crochet channel and everything else in there, so you're more than welcome to go and post it in there, because I have Discord up during my streams anyway. Never considered that. It's something that's been on my mind a lot lately, but